Welcome to the Home of Misfits podcast, where normal is optional, masks are unnecessary, and you belong. Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Home of Misfits, where normal is optional, masks are not necessary, and you belong. I got it right. Yay, there's hope for me. Anyway, I'm excited today because I have a friend here today. Her name is Rachel Reed. And we actually met through QHHT, Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. And she agreed to come on so we can talk about the experiences. And this is not about, is like, hey, about the quantum healing. It's about control and surrender. Because Rachel had two different sessions. I mean, two sessions, but they went completely different. So anyway, so Rachel, hello, welcome. I'm so excited you're here. Thank you for doing
Being on the
this.
show. It's very nice to be here.
You want to share a little bit about yourself before we begin?
Absolutely. I'm US based, grew up in the Northeast, moved around a bit. Um, Midlife age range. Actually, I just got told I need to get reading glasses at the doctor's.
Ew.
Oh man, I like couldn't listen. I just told the lady like I needed to sleep on it before I could make a decision if I wanted to buy reading glasses or not. It really was like a real hit to the ego, I'll tell you that much. So that probably places me in my vintage of life. And yeah, was really looking forward to the QHHT session to see what it opened, what it did for me, and kind of opening up more to spirituality this year. The last couple of years, I was more focused on trying to figure out myself. I mean, I thought I was all good, and then had some family life events, which kind of told me I wasn't good anymore. Um,
Well, you're
and
still
then
good, just not as good as you thought you
not as
were.
good as I thought. Yeah, I'll say I had a very matchstick bridge of goodness there, and then thanks to some very nice therapists, which everybody hopefully gets an experience of one day, was able to kind of get a better bridge built for myself and felt good enough then that maybe it was time to go start to look into some of the things which I purposely ignored or tried to push away around spirituality. And that's kind
Hey,
of
we're
where,
humans. We're good at that.
yeah, that's kind of where this year is leading me down that path. And after my
Right.
session, kind of felt more open to that and experiences around it.
Right. I think a lot of times it's like we're hesitant to explore, the spiritual, the metaphysical side because it's like once we know, now we have to take responsibility, and a lot of times we're just not ready,
Yeah, and
you know?
culturally, here in the
So,
US, we're kind of a primarily Christian kind of culture. You're told that those are good things to do. So there's a little bit of questioning from the beginning of, are you going down the right path, going and
right.
exploring, or should I just stay in the box that I'm supposed to know and not go over to that side of the,
Right.
the
Yeah,
river? So
absolutely. So, what made you say yes to the first session, and what part of you was hesitant?
I definitely still had hesitation around like, is this the right thing to do? And the hesitation was more around, I think I had mentioned to you as well. Are you opening up something more than what you anticipate by going down this journey? Um, was very happy to realize it was what self-described. This is a therapy session with yourself for yourself. You're really not going anywhere else besides right here. Which was really awesome to find at the end of the journey that it was just all about you and understanding you and going within yourself, deeper within yourself. It wasn't going anywhere else or turning anything else on. It was just all very insular. It truly was another therapy session, but with hypnosis. So, um, yeah, those were my initial fears, I guess, or hesitations, if
Hmm.
that kind of, but I was able to, the curiosity killed the cat. I wish there was a better expression than that, but cats deserve to live too. They're nice
Right.
animals, nice beings. But yeah, the need, the calling, I think I tried for about a year to push it away and it just kept on coming back. So I said, finally, this is my year to go
Fine, I'll
with
give in.
I'll give in. Like my mother initially introduced me to the concept. I tried to get her to go and have her session, but she also said she wasn't ready herself to go down that path, which was very self-aware of her to say in hindsight now that I've gone down that path too. If you
Hmm.
didn't have a little bit of the building blocks, I think your website mentions it, like if you haven't done the work to figure out yourself a little bit, to even know what you need to go to next, or the bigger questions you have answers to, the unresolved pieces. It was good to do that, and it was still good that it took me a year to kind of chew it off and finally give in because it gave me time to really think about what I wanted out of it, what I needed, and if it really was for me or not.
Yeah, and I love that, and that is so true, because it's like we people can push us and all they want, but if we're not ready to take the next step and really step into that, and it's like, okay, I don't know what box this is gonna open, but here we go.
Yeah, yeah,
If you're not ready, it doesn't matter what tools you use.
exactly,
You know,
exactly.
uh, I mean, there's a million out there. It's like, but so and if we're brutally honest, what was your relationship with control before the session?
Ooh,
Woohoo!
control. Control's all. I've lived my life with control. Control is the emergency brake when things get out of hand. Control's the way to manage things coming at you that you don't necessarily know what to deal with or weren't the root cause of. I mean, control. That's kind of the number one method I've put around any kind of like emotional challenge in my life of somebody's not acting how you'd expect them to, circumstances aren't coming through the way you would like. Put some more controls around it, mitigate the risk, set a plan for action, take it in chunks and bites. I'm a planner, I am a controller.
Plus,
But
I
that's
think like control. If we
mhm.
feel like we're in control, even though we're not, we think we are.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it gives us a sense of safety. At least it does for
absolutely.
me.
Absolutely. I
It's
mean,
like if
even
I
even
control it, I'm safe.
yeah, even control around how open I am or want to be. That has definitely expanded over time, but that was a very small little hole I let anything
Hmm.
in for a while, and I think that was probably due to some, that's trauma response. I mean, basically, right, to have that
Absolutely.
kind of thing. So. Uh, yeah, now being able to understand myself more, make some amends with things in the past, forgiveness, peace with things. You're able to open up that more and have less control because it's less risky, or at least feels less risky. And yeah, that has definitely been a theme in my life over the last couple of years of just letting go of control.
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't really, in the end, it's not really doing anything for me besides probably causing more stress. But for a
Right.
while, that was the only mechanism I knew
Hmm.
of functioning. So
No,
it,
I get that. Like I said, I mean, it gives us that, and I say the false sense of security.
yeah, absolutely.
So I
Absolutely.
mean, we think we're safe because we're in control, but
Exactly.
looking back at everything, it's like, was it really though?
Yeah, yeah. Looking back, or even like writing or journaling an experience. I'm not a big journaler, but when you do actually write it down and take a step back and say, what did I have control over here? In the end, it's very little. But it's nice our ego likes to trick us into thinking we have more control than we do, I think.
Right. Well, I mean, the only thing we really have control over is how we react.
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
but that's a whole different show.
Yeah, right. Control over how you react and control over your
Oh my
happiness,
goodness.
sadness.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a whole, like I said, that's a whole nother series or show.
absolutely.
Anyway, so what were you hoping would happen, and what were you afraid might happen with the first session? And you can always tell me Nanya.
Not yet. No, 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 no. I mean, of course, I think anybody goes in with big expectations of you're going to get your answers to these things that have just continually been swirling around in your mind over time. You've tried to find answers to them. You don't necessarily find successful answers to really fulfill 100%. Um, or you don't even know where to go next in your queries to those bigger questions. Potentially, you may not have the resources in your relationships and social networks to be able to find those answers. So that was one of the big hopes for me is like those answers that I've had for a long time, especially ones that I probably wouldn't be able to say to most people that I know without serious judgment returned to me.
Right.
Um, I was able, that was my expectation of coming in and getting those answers. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, the fear was that it opened up something that I didn't have control of afterwards, back to the
Mm,
control.
that's big.
Mhm.
I totally get that. Whew, chills. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can you walk us through what actually felt like in your body when you couldn't go under? But it wasn't for lack of trying.
No, you tried, I think I lost count, but I think at the first session you tried at least 4 to 5 different
I tried a
methods
whole lot of
to get
that.
me to
But it's
go
okay
and
because I
do
had
that.
to, yeah. So what did that feel like for you?
So you definitely mentioned and tried to prep me well on, hey, go be curious about these things. Weirder things have happened, and I probably forgot most of the training when in the first couple seconds because I didn't necessarily repeat to myself weirder things have happened or it looks curious. It was kind of like, this, like you said, the ego is going to tell you that this doesn't seem right, good. So in my body, I felt tense again, a little like scared of what I would find, if you would.
Mhm.
Your chair was very comfortable, so physically I was
Oh,
good,
good.
but inside felt a little hesitant, anxiety, a little scared of again what was coming my way if I allowed myself to go deeper or look deeper
Hmm.
into the scenarios you presented to me, to try to get into some type of a state to work
Right.
together. Hmm.
Yeah. No, I get that, and it's our ego is a funny thing, because our ego tries to, it doesn't try. I mean, that our ego's job is to keep us safe, but it comes from very limited information. It comes from our own experiences, and it's like this little, to
Hmm.
where what we're trying to tap into your unconscious and your subconscious mind is like so much more. But the ego is like, but.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Hmm.
no, I get that. And it's very
Hmm.
common. I mean, you're not alone in this,
Hmm.
and it's
But
like,
eventually you did help me get some of the control lost. I mean, you used the elevator example to me, which I loved because you have no control over when that door opens. You can't hold an elevator door open, so it kind of has to open on its own. And then allowed me to get a little bit of an idea of that it's okay to not have control and
right.
see a peek into what happens when you let
Hmm.
go.
No, that's awesome.
Mhm.
What was your mind doing at that moment? Do you remember?
Uh,
We
just
talked a
saying,
little bit
like,
about with the ego coming in and.
yeah, like once I eventually got into the building example that you gave me, the mind was kind of like, let's let's try it, let's give in, let's let's just see, like,
Hmm.
not scared anymore to a point that I
Right.
originally was earlier. Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I mean, and it's funny because it's a little game, the our conscious and our subconscious plays. It's like, oh, this is unfamiliar. And I mean, as humans, we're
Mhm.
afraid of things that we don't know, that we don't understand,
Yeah, absolutely.
until it becomes familiar.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
always use the example with driving, because most everybody drives. It's like, if you remember the first time, when you were a teenager and it was time to come driving, it's like, oh my gosh, you were so excited. It's like, oh, it's finally here. And it's like, yay.
Hmm.
And then you sit behind this wheel, and even if it's for a split second, there is nothing but fear and like paralysis, like, holy shit. I'm here,
Yeah.
and now I have to, what do I have to think? What was it? Da, 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 and like 5 million things you have to consider before you even start rolling, and
Yes.
now you get in your car, you don't even think about it anymore.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Yep. And the exercise you gave me before the elevator visualization was kind of going back in childhood and thinking about those very good things and had such a blast from the past of, younger and even younger than that, like an image of myself with my dog when I was younger. I mean, I I can't tell you many things about my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
But to see that and be that, like reliving that as vividly, kind of started to make, I think, the mind change and be open to the next exercise of
Mm-hmm.
going into the building in the elevator and saying, well,
Nice.
I literally
So did
can't
you
have
feel like
control.
the need for control was diminishing somewhat?
Yeah, yes, it was definitely a giving in, um, and being open to seeing what was there.
Nice.
Mhm.
I love that. Did you notice a part of you trying to protect you or keep you in control?
I think that was it the whole time.
Yeah.
It was definitely protection.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got in the elevator scenario and I had the door open for me, I felt that protection come back because I wasn't able to go really deeply into any of the imagery or go further. And when I wanted to push, I definitely felt like the protection come in and say like, nope,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going further here. Like I'm
Right.
protecting you. This is as far as we can go. Like I let you have a little sneak peek here, but that's it. It's kind
Thank
of like
Yeah.
one sip of wine at Thanksgiving dinner for you, and that was really it. That's the best I could do. Like one candy
Right.
today. That was it.
So
That's all.
so
That
what do
was
you think that resistance was really all about?
again the unknown. What am
Mm-hmm.
I going
The
to
fear?
encounter? What am I going to see? Is it going to be something that's upsetting or not? Um, but I didn't have any base of comparison to say I was going to see upsetting things because to that point in time, I had only seen or experienced positive feelings, like a lot of love from, like I said, the scene with my dog. Like I hadn't seen anything negative up until that point, other than the unknown.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mhm.
So was there a moment when you realized that this is not about the session itself, it's all about you?
I realized that afterwards, and then in the second session,
Okay.
it that's where that realization came to me, where I was like, this is not anything outside of just myself. That
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
you know, I think I had compared it to a friend, kind of tried to explain it. Like if I had sat for hours and hours and days, maybe I could have gone as deep and drummed up these feelings or knowledge in myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't have the time, skill set, or dedication to do that. These
Patience. I wouldn't have the
patients
patience.
either, right? Like, so this was all that on, you know, at a running pace, and
Mm-hmm.
you get to do so much more. So in the end, it was just all, like I said, all things within me that either I had maybe already known or chose not to remember or got little tidbits of, but then maybe fearful of the unknown, never dug deeper into. Um, but yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was all about you.
I love that. Oh, that gives me chills. It's like, huh, makes my heart sing.
Oh, it's very
So, I
good.
mean, our first session, it was challenging, and I could feel your frustration, and then
Yeah.
it's like we ended the session because it's like at
Yes.
some point I noticed that it's like it's not going anywhere,
Yeah.
and I didn't really want you to go like so frustrated that you're like, well, this is just stupid and blah 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 blah,
Appreciate
so,
that.
huh?
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean,
So,
you walk in with so many expectations, and then when you
right.
can't meet them, again, the
Mhm.
control piece,
Right.
you can lead to frustration.
Right. And most people would have like walked away from that and never looked back, never tried again and everything. What made you decide to do it again?
I definitely went back and forth through a couple days of do it or not do it. I was very happy that you had kind of said, I kind of said you did say to me, I want you to have a good experience, so please come back and do another session with me. Um, it was thinking about that recall moment with the dog for me that was like there's nothing but love there. There's nothing scary. Um, there's no way you would have come up with that kind of an image unassisted on your own, in that type of a strong way. Um, and there's goodness there for you to find. There's more goodness for you to find.
Hmm. So what shifted between those sessions, saying yes to this to the second session? Other than the awesome experience with your dog.
No, yeah, I mean the at the end of the first session where you tried to call the higher self and you felt like something coming from within you, not up here where you usually operate, but from within. Um, and I shut that down really fast. That felt way
Unfamiliar.
too
Hmm.
unfamiliar to me. And then thinking about that as well also helped me change my mind because in the end, there was nothing unfamiliar about that. That felt warm and familiar. It was coming from
Hmm.
inside myself. Um, I'm not possessed or something. There's nothing else coming out of me besides
No, it's
me, right?
just
It's a
you.
different level of me.
Hmm.
Um, so I was able to say, you know what, I'm just going in the second session open. I expect to find more situations of love and positive, um, imagery and feelings.
Hmm.
Um, I accept that there's something inside myself. I mean, I know that from a existential type of a top level, even on a Christian side, we all have a soul from a Christian perspective. We all have a higher self. I'm into that. I know that. You know, as you go around in your daily basis, you have those feelings in your mind and heart of you should bring that. You shouldn't do that. That doesn't look good. That's not for
Right.
you. Don't go deeper there. And those are all things from inside of yourself. It just kind of coming from a little bit of a different place than just your top level
Hmm.
inner dialogue. So that feeling of that voice coming out of you, or that it was just more of that.
Right. Yeah. It's like I remember the first time I had my own session, I was like, whoa, this is so weird.
Yeah. And you
Talk about
definitely
it.
realize when you're doing in that process that you could shut it down at any time.
Right.
Um, if you ever felt threatened or was going too far or what have you, like you said, there's really nothing in that experience that you can't stop or would take you out of your boundaries.
Hmm.
Because it is just you in the end.
So were you willing to let go of that control then for the second session?
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, you asked me kind of where does that feeling come from and lean into that area of your body when you're going in to visualizations or doing that, and um that just felt like I had to give into that. I couldn't rely on like the
Hmm.
top level, if you would, to
So
get
what felt
through.
different for you then, between the two sessions? I mean, going into the session between the first one and is like how was it different going into the second one?
One, I knew I was safe. I knew there
Hmm.
was nothing from the original session that I didn't anticipate happening in the second, as far as what was going to be the experience, the encounter like. So I knew that was safe for me. Secondly, kind of making up my mind that it was just me. It wasn't some other entity I didn't know. I know
You're
myself,
not possessed.
right? It's not, you're not going into those kind of levels or trying to touch that. It's all just about you.
Mhm.
So, if I found out more things about me, that wasn't at all fearful. That was a good thing for me to unearth, even if there was something I blocked from childhood or something.
Right.
I'd rather know it than not, but I'm not getting into your childhood or anything else. It was just all about me
Hmm.
and letting go of the fear of the unknown because I felt at least familiar enough that
Okay.
I could go deeper into it or accept it.
So how did your body feel differently the second time?
Oh, the breathing was a big one. I felt like I was breathing heavy in the second part of the session, like a lot. When you're talking with yourself, really, really deep, really kind of like deep into what we were doing, much more deeper than the first. The first time was kind of like a little bit of a lucid dream, if you would.
Hmm.
Uh, the second time felt like I was in the
Were you as
scene,
tense or were you more relaxed?
more relaxed for sure, more relaxed.
Mhm.
Just again, knowing what the experience was like the first time, that it wasn't all new and unknown, really, really helped me out because
Okay.
that was one less thing I felt like I needed to control, probably
So
in the
was there a moment
process.
when you realized it's working? This time it's working and how was that different?
Yes.
What did that feel like?
When we started to talk, I don't even remember like what the imagery was where we finally got into the kind of the past lives discovery experience around that, but um feeling that I was trying to communicate through a different place in my body was the feeling that felt like, oh, this is working this time. So
Okay.
the first session felt like I was trying to push or use like my head, my
Hmm.
imagery, like my kind of like internal sight. And this time it felt like I was going through my body. And I feel a lot of things through my body in life in general. I'm a gut feeling kind of a person. Um, so it felt like I was going with like through my chest, through my heart. That
Hmm.
felt different. Felt like a
Okay.
wider, stronger kind of like opening.
I love that. Ooh, I get so many chills during our conversation. I was like, ooh, I like it. I love it. So what surprised you the most? Not about the session, but about yourself, what you learned.
You know, eh, gosh, there's so many positive things after the session. Uh, you know, uh, good to know I wasn't going crazy all these years of these very vivid, like lucid type dreams and experiences that some of them were repeated as past lives. So there's one piece to know that like and to know that I could go back to them
Hmm.
if I wanted to explore some more. Um, Waking up out of hypnosis, that was a whole experience. I remember feeling like I had to stand up. I stood up in that room with you and like felt of myself, but not of my current self. Like you kind of said at the end, like you said the year, the date, bring the essence of Rachel back. And standing up and feeling like me, but not like current me.
Hmm.
And like the energy of Rachel kind of out there wanting to come trickle back in and feeling like you could kind of decide if you didn't want that back somehow or not, but you in the end you decided to do this. Like I kind of just felt like, no, this I signed up for this, so I have to let it back in. And then just
Hmm.
feeling more and more of the current me and my personality trickle back into my body. Um, that was super trippy in a good way. And um has stuck with me very poignantly to realize that like I don't really have to do or be any of those things unless I want to be them.
Hmm.
Really have to take any circumstances thrown my way unless I really want to accept them.
You think
Uh,
that that's the biggest impact that that whole experience had for you? Or what do
I
you
mean,
think is the biggest impact?
one of many, but that one really changed a lot for me of understanding that yes, I am here now in the version of Rachel. But there's something else behind the scenes. There's uh, a me that I know and feels very comfortable and was even kind of slower and faster and more peaceful at the same time than whatever this filter is that I'm currently
Hmm.
have on. And
Well,
it
the
kind
nice
of,
thing is, I mean, it's all part of you. It's
yeah,
just
absolutely.
different facets. It's like you take a diamond, and it's like you look at it different ways. It has like so many different facets, and that's our life.
Yeah.
That's who we are.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's definitely made me kind of slow down and kind of feel like a lot of the small annoying things that
Hmm.
used to bug me they're just not, I can kind of like brush them away, like slowly brush them away. Like they're not what I choose to interact with anymore.
Right.
That's,
So in the
that's
sec,
a huge
Go ahead.
impact.
Right. So in the second session, it's like you kind of surrendered then, didn't you?
Yeah. Surrendered in two ways.
Hmm.
One to the experience, and then second, coming out of the experience, surrendered to going back into whatever this filter of life I'm in right now. This,
3D.
yeah, for filtering, accepting, going back into the life of Rachel and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
double surrender in that session.
So what did shift for you on your day to day since then? I mean,
The
it might be
exercise you gave
nothing, it
me.
might be everything.
No, it's a lot. It's been a lot. I have a lot of inner peace. Like those inner dialogues around the questions you had, the big questions you had to get answers to those and have that inner dialogue shut off in your mind was huge for me. I feel at peace with so many of those answers that I
Nice.
receive.
Ooh,
So
I'm
there's a
like,
huge, yeah, there's a huge amount of peace.
nice.
Um, I can even feel the room getting cold right now talking about that. It's very peaceful. Your exercise with me around cutting strings and building your kind of your wall of light and shutting out, or at least letting things that aren't love and light kind of go back to the earth. And that was a huge, I could feel the energy change when I did that. And I do bring
Nice.
that kind of verbiage back now and again when I feel like I'm starting to get tied up into small things or
Hmm.
feeling things that aren't necessarily mine to feel. That's been huge for me as well. Um, the things I asked for help on in the session around, kind of like food and things like that. When I asked, around the questions I had around weight, and you very intelligent asked if that was like from a past experience, and we got the answer yes, and you asked to fix it. I sat in that chair and felt like an actual shift inside of myself, like an alignment of chakra. Um, that was insane to feel in a good way. Wasn't foreign or bad, but you like
Hmm.
literally was like somebody pushed a football inside of you into a different place than it's been.
Right.
And in my life, like I've never been able to take like food noise or the thought about food or eating or any of that and shut it off. I That has been another piece where I eat because I like eventually remember and get hungry here, and I still enjoy food, but it is not the top of my mental list, and it has been astounding to feel that change.
Nice. Oh, I'm so happy. I love that for you. That is so awesome. It's like
Hmm.
I'm sitting here, I was like, I'm getting chills. It's like, oh my goodness, this is so good.
Yeah.
I just I'm just so happy for you. So, in the first session, you had that resistance, you had that control thing and everything. It's
Hmm.
like, what did the second one show you?
I mean, the second one showed that I don't necessarily need the amount of control I think I do to be successful. That
Okay.
leaving
That's
a little
huge.
bit, yeah, leaving a little bit up to happenstance, that things will still be okay and all right. And that I
Hmm.
really need to look at the bigger picture and just zoom out in general is where I will find peace and success, not in the controlling the little details. I don't know, they're for somebody else to do if they want to. But this feels just like I don't need to be in the weeds anymore on a lot of things, just to
Okay.
level up from it all.
Now, do you feel like that those sessions were like a magical fix type thing or something else?
A very deep suggestion from myself would be the best way I could put that. There was no, yes, I definitely had some cool feelings and images and experiences in that session, but in the end, I could have walked out the door and ignored it all and said, I don't care.
Hmm.
But I chose to say this was messages I asked for from myself to myself. So go take the guidance, listen, and don't just try to go back to your old ways. Like, don't eat breakfast just because you're supposed to eat breakfast. If you're not hungry, you're not being told you really want to eat something, then listen to your body.
Hmm.
Um, Same with the answers to the questions that you got. Like, accept the question, think about it, go deeper into the why around you got an answer, and then listen to it. Don't ignore it. Like, if you got told, and I asked questions around, like, should I be helping, a person I love in my life or not, around maybe some problems they're having or some, a stage of their life. And when I got told from myself to just let it go or let them be or you've done enough here, then I have to choose to listen to that. I very well could have not and pushed further.
Well, I mean, we always have choice. We have free
Right.
will.
But if I'm being told, asking myself, being told for myself, give give some power to that answer and let it lead.
Hmm. And it hits different when it's when it's yourself, when it's your own voice telling you these things, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, so what would you say to someone who thinks this kind of work is like a quick solution or a quick fix? So you kind of like said it, but
You may get a couple quick fixes. I'm not gonna lie. There may be a couple little aha moments where you walk out the door and you're like, cool, that's cool. I don't know. I know to buy the blue cup instead of the red cup. Like, cool, I know what to do now, right? But you still need to go and consume and think. Like you mentioned, like now I've weeks have passed where I finally feel like I've been able to listen, think, resolve, come to some um way of working or way of going forward that I kind of agree with based on my answers. And now I can go back and listen to the sessions and go deeper into those items, go listen to maybe another thing. It's like watching a movie another time, right? You watch it for the first time, maybe just to do the plot. The next time you go, maybe you pay attention to this. Third time, maybe you pay attention to the lighting or the background
Mhm.
music or um I'm ready to do that next step here, going back and listening and then going another step further.
Nice.
It's all practice. I have to practice to pay attention to myself and not ignore
Right.
myself. The practice to listen, practice to be open. Um, the reinforcement of going back and listening again, of being more open to signs and signals and
Hmm.
the little voice that's trying to give you direction, but maybe you're not paying attention or listening enough
Hmm.
to it. And going back through that exercise, so maybe you'll get a couple quick fixes out of things, but none of it seemed like a quick fix because you're not. I mean, I wasn't asking for quick fixes in
Right.
myself. I was asking for big questions, and like all things, good change takes time.
Right.
And
I mean, you didn't get to that point where you're at overnight.
no, absolutely,
You know, so
absolutely.
no, I love that. Oh,
Mhm.
this is so good. I'm so
Yeah.
happy. I'm so happy for you. So the other thing too is like it's like my own experience in this. Like I've clients also tell me that after the session, it's like that night or the next day or the next few days or weeks or whatever, they still get like downloads.
Yes.
Um, does that happen to you too?
Yes, it did. It definitely did. Like maybe peeks further into some of the experiences than I did. Maybe some flashes or you could choose to kind of go a little bit deeper, maybe see some imagery that
Mm-hmm.
you knew was supporting what you had before. And it wasn't like you were adding imagery onto a story that you knew. It was kind of new information that you knew the source of where it was coming from. You knew it was a continuation.
Mm-hmm. It's
Um,
like that inner knowing.
yes, absolutely. It felt familiar. It felt
Mm-hmm.
like there was some other little piece that had to trickle in that I should have known about that maybe reinforced something that I was forgetting about, or another couple pieces of information that I possibly needed to help me with my resolve
Well,
going
and
forward.
I mean, we get what we need when we're ready
Mhm.
for it.
Yes,
We
that
never
that
get
too.
more than we can handle, and a
Yeah,
lot of times it's like, oh, and it's like when you listen to a recording, you can listen to it 10 times. The 11th time, it might be something in there that you like, whoa, where did that come
absolutely.
from?
You've driven down the same country road your
Right,
whole life, and all of a sudden you see
exactly.
the blue mailbox, and you're
I
like,
love it. But
oh,
now you're more open, you're,
hmm hmm
more receptive and everything. I love that.
And
Oh,
that too, yeah. One of my questions and was just to hear or understand when I'm trying to get direction to be a little bit more aware of it. So those kind of things trickle in more and stronger the days after as well.
hmm. Well, because it's like you uncork the bottle, so to speak, you create an opening. So
But in a very controllable way, to use control, a very controllable,
I
non-scary
know, right? How cool
way.
is that? So if you could go back and talk to the version of you in that first session, what
hmm
would you say to her?
I definitely would have said, hey, you are going to go in there and really be in contact with yourself. You're not talking about anyone else. You're not talking through anyone else. No one is trying to contact you. This is not experiences that you had in the past with something other than yourself, maybe knocking on your door. This is just you. Read the
Mhm.
title. That's what it says. This is just you.
I love
You're
that.
not afraid of yourself. You know yourself. You know this is the path you want to go on. And sit back and like listen and accept whatever comes your way. If you feel a voice from inside, lean into it. It's nothing else besides you.
Hmm.
That is what I wish if I had to say that to myself again, I would have definitely.
That's powerful. I love that. I love that. So, is there something that you understand now about yourself that you didn't before?
At first, I just didn't realize that I was that controlling to begin with. Let's say that. I know I definitely would have told you I was in the Control and Planner Club, but I don't think I would have rated myself that high that I would have like stopped um feelings coming my way or stopped something. So that was good to know. Um I am able to change. I knew that from the past, but this was really interesting because it was a strong conviction that came my way around change and came from myself. So I can do that in the future. I can also think about things and come up with some strong conviction for change
Mm-hmm.
where I'm not in kind of like a New Year's resolution where I'm going to forget it in a month. Like I really, really ask for answers from myself and ask for guidance. I can do that on other items going forward. I now
Right.
know how to do that.
Oh, I love that. And it has to do with self-trust. So, what does trusting yourself mean to you today compared to, before all of this? Did it change?
Yeah, I mean, my perception of my experiences, like you said, dreams and things, or those signals that get sent your way, I always doubted them as I was making it up, or
Hmm.
that's not really what I thought that was, kind of a thing. No, it is, and it's all from me, so I don't
Right.
have to fear it. Listen to it, accept it, learn from it, dig into those, see if there's more to go explore than just the surface. Think
Hmm.
about it in a couple different ways.
Right. And I mean, and the thing is, in this, it's like back to the control thing. You are leading the whole thing. I just ask questions.
Yeah,
It's like I tell everybody, it's like I'm tour guide Barbie. I mean, I'm just there. I just ask the questions, and then
absolutely.
we go wherever you take us. So there's this
Yeah,
this whole thing, but it's like not knowing beforehand, especially if, and I mean, hey, I'm type A, I admit that, you know, and it's tough. It's
it
tough,
is. It is.
you know. Plus, it's like we
Yeah.
have all these preconceived notion about hypnosis, and the stage hypnosis, cluck like a chicken, and any of these things.
Unfortunately, yes.
That fear
That's
is there,
what,
even if we say it, I'm not afraid of it. I mean, subconsciously, that fear is there.
yeah. I mean, you sit there, first session and fearful drive, like, what if you lose yourself? What if you don't, um,
Right.
it's not like that. It's not that deep or, like you said, you're in control. You're the one driving. You're never going to lose control. You're never going to be afraid of anything because it's you. You're the one
Hmm.
who's driving. Yes, you ask the questions, you help get in a state where you can be relaxed enough to have those experiences. But in the end, it's
It's all you.
we're the one driving. You're the one who
Yep.
has the key to the car.
All you. So,
Mhm.
what would you tell somebody, anybody that's listening who might be considering or thinking about it or thought about it briefly, you know?
It was one of the best things I've ever done for myself, I think. I definitely was happy that I came in the prepared state of working on myself a little bit to feel
That helps.
like I had a good base to work from.
Mhm.
But my goodness, if I could have done this a couple years ago or been in a place where I felt like this was for me a couple of years ago, the amount of peace I would have had or how much further I would be in my spiritual
Yeah,
journey
but
at
you
this
weren't ready
moment.
then.
Right?
So,
I wasn't ready. You can only go where you can go.
right. And the
This
thing is like if you're not ready and you're forcing, and it doesn't matter what it is. You know,
Hmm.
if you're mentally not ready, but you do it anyway and you're forcing it, it's not, usually it's not going to work. You might get some benefit from it, but you're not going to get the benefit that you're hoping for.
Yeah.
So,
I would tell someone that this is the most peace I've had in a very, very long time. It's all peace that came from
oh,
working with
nice.
myself and from myself.
Ooh,
Trusted myself is there, and knowing that I could kind of go back, absolutely, and have that kind of tough talk with myself again
there we
for
go.
some answers. There's Zoom listen. Um, I have that tool now that I did not have before, and
Nice.
um, feel much more powerful in myself and my convictions, and just the amount of peace I have from the answers I've received and
Mhm.
is huge.
That is amazing. And that it just shows, when you go from the need to control to the surrender. When you surrender, things just become peaceful.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just peaceful. I'm not saying everything is hunky dory, and kumbaya and all of that, but
Mhm.
it's like the overall sense of peace and relaxation and just
Yeah,
like, oh wow, is huge.
it is. If you would have read a book, like a Buddhist inspired book, and they'd be like, "Don't worry, just let things happen." I would be like, "Yeah, whatever." Like, I don't think so.
I know, right?
No,
It's like, what's wrong with you people?
right? Like, yeah. Now I feel like I'm a level closer to that.
Nice. I love that. Ah, I'm so happy. I'm so
Yeah,
happy for you. This
it's a
is
great session.
awesome.
Thanks for letting me go back the second time.
Oh, of course. Because I mean, my thing is like I want you to have the experience. I want you to get the answers you're looking for. I want you to grow in your spirituality, in your journey, and as a human.
Hmm.
And this is what this is all about. I mean, this is why we're here in this experience, you know,
Yeah,
to learn, to grow, to have fun, and to love. I mean, that's it.
that's it. In the end, yeah.
Just forget. We
Mhm.
forgot. It's like all the answers, all the knowledge is within us. We just forgot. So,
Yeah.
and there's so many people out there that can help you remember. And that QHHT is just one of many.
Yes.
It's my
Yes.
favorite personally because I think it's awesome. But that's not the point. So, oh my God, Rachel, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you
Absolutely the same to
for
you. Thank you for the experience and then the teaching. Yeah.
no, I mean, and thank you for trusting me, and for coming here and talking openly about this whole experience. I think it's like I'm hoping it helps a lot of our viewers and listeners, who have thought about something similar or even QHHT or whatever, and it's like maybe that was the nudge that's like, you know what? I can do this. I can
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
You know.
It's
So
just it's just
thank
you. It's working. It's some therapy with you at many levels, and it's a lot of progress in
and
a
and your
session.
practitioner is just the tour guide.
Yes, absolutely.
We're just the tour guide. We're just asking questions to get the answers that you're looking for. That's it. We're not steering to where we think you need to go. We're just going with I mean, literally, we're going with the flow.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
So
Yes,
it's
you are.
awesome. Thank you. Hey, Rachel, if people want to get a hold of you, is there a way they
Uh,
can get a hold of you, or would you rather prefer not to? It's fine. Either way is fine.
yeah, I've kind of shut off social media these
Okay.
days, so I
Good
don't
for
really have
you.
any channels at the moment.
That's okay. No
I couldn't
problem.
handle the algorithms. I was just they were too addictive, so I had to take a break.
Good for you. Good for you. No, this is awesome. So, Rachel, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Same, thank you. Thank you. It
And
was nice to be here and talk with you and see you again.
I know, right? It's like too bad you live so far away. Anyway,
I'm in
for,
town
for
every
now,
once in a while,
for
so we
now.
should get together for a coffee.
Oh yeah, we
Catch up.
should. I agree. So anyway, so hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with another amazing guest. And I have no clue yet what
Yeah.
we'll be talking about, but we'll find out. We'll find out together. So
Stay
until then,
tuned.
remember, normal is optional, masks are necessary, and you belong. So until next week, have a good one.
Bye,
Bye. Thanks for listening to Home of Misfits by Matters of Perspective. You belong.